Queer News Tonight talks with Miriam Richter of Harvey Milk Foundation about diversity honors. Tonight, we bring you a special interview with Miriam Richter representing the Harvey Milk Foundation. Queer News Tonight anchor Eric Restivo talks about diversity honors March 9th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and why LGBTQ+ activism is even more important today than it was when Harvey Milk became the first elected LGBTQ+ official in America.
The Harvey Milk Foundation is one of the world's leading civil rights organizations on behalf of the LGBTQ+ community. Along with Pride Center at Equality Park, they will host diversity honors at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel on March 9th. This incredible dinner gala will present the Harvey Milk Medal to Billy Porter, Belinda Carlisle, and Spencer Battiest. Local champion awards will also be presented to my new gal pal, Tatiana Williams, the executive director of Trans Inclusive and the Gay Man's Chorus of South Florida. General counsel and even newer gal pal, director Miriam Richter, is here to talk about this exciting event and the importance of the diversity honors. Miriam, I already feel like we are besties. Welcome to the roundtable. We've scheduled our second interview without even starting this one. And I'm a huge fan of your pin, so thank you for sporting it during this interview.
Oh, my pleasure.
The Harvey Milk Foundation. Tell me about it as if I am someone who knows nothing about it and you are just spreading a little bit more education to an audience that might not know what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Well, the Harvey Milk Foundation was founded by Stuart Milk, Harvey's nephew, who is himself an out and proud gay man.
Amen.
And we are a bit unique in the LGBTQ space of foundations and groups because we go where nobody else goes. And unfortunately, there are quite a few places in this world that are not as progressive as the U.S.
Especially here in South Florida as well.
We're seeing it here in Florida, how things can revert, and that is really quite sad. But unfortunately, there are places where they can't revert because they haven't made any progress yet. We generally will support boots on the ground, struggling, minority, marginalized, and minimalized communities. We do a lot of work in Eastern Europe. We do a lot of backdoor channels type of work because we can't even be open about where we're working. It would be too dangerous.
Which is crazy because Harvey Milk couldn't be open about anything in his time, and was, you know, we know how the story ends, but it's ironic that you're still facing, you know, issues and complications like that. So it leads me to ask you the legacy of Harvey Milk and the education that you guys are continuing to spread. What does that mean to you?
Everything.
Yeah.
It means everything because I believe in a world where every single person should be free to be authentic and live their lives authentically without fear of hate or prejudice or bias or discrimination or any of those horrible things that we know still go on constantly all over. So to be part of it at such a raw level is very, very fulfilling, very fulfilling. And I'm fortunate to be able to do it.
If you could, this question wasn't scripted, I'm just asking you, but if you could maybe give a few words or a few sentences of advice to maybe an underprivileged human who, I say underprivileged in the sense of they have no outlet to safety maybe for themselves and they're living in fear to live their best life, right? Maybe even under the same roof as their parents who don't support them. What advice just from Miriam's heart would you give?
Well, Harvey's most famous line is you have to give them hope. And so we want people in those really tough situations to know there is hope. There's hope, and we see you even if the world can't see you yet. And we are working as hard as we can, diplomatically and at very high levels, to have conversations with people who can actually make those changes. One of the things that we've done in the recent few years is we've been working through the UN, having discussions with some of the leaders and diplomats from some of those countries, the 69 of them, I believe, is the current count, where it is still illegal to be gay.
It's a big
illegal.
number.
I mean, forget about being out.
No, like walking on the street, you know, you got to fear for your life. Right.
And some of those countries are receptive to backdoor meetings, to discuss these things. Some of those laws are on the books from a long time ago. Unfortunately, there are some countries where they're still very much enforced, and even punishable by death in several countries. That is still enforced. So we are trying to make changes like that. We presented at the Munich Security Conference, which is a global conference of world leaders in Munich every February. And we were the first LGBTQ organization ever invited and allowed to speak.
That's major. That's major.
Yes.
Wow.
And let me tell you, there were some diplomats there from some of those 69 countries.
Yeah.
We're reaching them. We're trying. So my advice, just have hope, stay strong, and
it's easier said than done, but I was going to say, I applaud you, you know, and I'm just a little old gay boy, but I really do applaud you for all the work that you all do over there. And I know that it will not stop, but I know that it's going in the right direction. Milk's nephew, Stuart Milk, is the executive director.
He is.
Tell me about the importance of having a person with that last name, you know, Milk, leading the organization.
Stuart gets upset when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it anyway. Love you, Stuart.
You know, some people say that he's carrying on Harvey's legacy. And while that's absolutely true, he also is Harvey's legacy.
Right.
They're cut from the same cloth.
Right.
There is no question that they are related.
Absolutely.
If you listen to Harvey's speeches and read some of his writings, Stuart's got those same genes.
I believe it.
And it's very powerful. And it's interesting that outside of the U.S., the name Harvey Milk resonates so much more than it does here in the U.S. I meet lots of young LGBTQ people, and they haven't heard of Harvey.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, especially with so many different documentaries, films, TV series. You know, it's wild. You know, it's wild.
2 Academy Award-winning films.
Right. It's wild, and it's part of the problem. You know, it's part of the problem. So again, we use this platform here to spread things exactly like that, to bring awareness where we need to and fill in the blanks for, you know, maybe there are major organizations or people or a general audience that just don't even appreciate the LGBTQ plus community for anything just because of systematic hate that's just built into them already. So the Harvey Milk Foundation, to me, can speak to that audience because they can relate on a sense of, oh, I've seen it on my television. Oh, it's been up for Academy Award. You know, sometimes you got to just bring the horse to water. Is that the saying?
Yes.
Right. And, you know, straight white men are the toughest horse to bring to water sometimes. And they are the biggest crowd of hate, you know, a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So
education is
the answer.
And so that's a great segue right into diversity.
I was going to say on March 9th, they are presenting, it's presenting sponsors the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Tell me about that relationship right there.
Well, in my other life, as an attorney,
yes.
I have 2 full-time jobs.
Yes, I found this out.
Although I volunteer with the foundation. The Seminole Tribe of Florida is one of my clients.
It all comes back together.
Stuart Milk, being Stuart Milk, said to me, we need to ask them to help us.
Oh. Did he come up with like a proposal, or was it just...
He's like, we need to have a gala. Let's do it. So to make a long story short,
sure.
We approached the tribe and
yes, right.
They
whatever
have
you
been
want.
on board. And then we brought in the Pride Center because we are a global organization. We don't have that many of our boots. Well, we have lots of boots. They're not here in South Florida.
I get it.
I live here. Stuart lives here. One of our other directors lives here. So we kind of feel like we are a South Florida organization, but our volunteers are all over
Everywhere.
So the Pride Center is the perfect partner to help us with boots on the ground. And so that's how the collaboration developed.
It's a perfect hub, the Pride Center.
Exactly.
So what are you most looking forward to at Diversity Honors? What are you most looking forward to?
Meeting
Yeah.
Belinda Carlisle.
Oh, okay. Okay. outside of the celebrity
Yes.
Rolodex, what are you most looking forward to? Because it is a great Rolodex, by the way. Yeah, it really is.
We did good this year.
Yes, yes.
And Billy Porter, we're not.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yes, chef's kiss.
I want him to wear the dress he wore to the Oscars, but I think Christian Siriano still has it in his.
He probably has it tucked away
Yes.
somewhere in a glass display,
Yes.
never to be touched and seen again. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's on display, but at his studios.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense. So, Billy, just call him for the night.
Exactly.
See if you can just borrow it. Any speeches, acceptance speeches you're really looking forward to?
Well, one of the things we do is we try to make this not about the speeches.
Got it.
So we try to keep the speeches to a minimum. There will be a
that.
few because I want to hear what Billy has to say.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what Belinda has to say. She's such an amazing LGBTQ supporter. People don't realize.
Right.
And I want to hear what they have to say. So I'm looking forward to that.
More of a
Obviously.
more of a mingle kind of setting where you can have a conversation
Yeah.
with everyone. And I hear that Stoli is hosting a very she
At
fabulous,
the
glamorous,
pool.
yes, right after, with a performance by Debbie Holiday,
Yes.
icon. I've worked with her in West Hollywood and here. Maybe Belinda will come and join you at the after party as well. Is there something fun in addition to the Debbie Holiday performance that you are also looking forward to at that after party?
Well, if you've ever been to the lagoon at the Guitar Hotel,
I haven't yet. Is that
okay, well,
awful?
night is
Okay.
when you really want to be there. And
Okay.
the pool is generally closed at night. It's only special occasions like this
Oh.
that we're going to be out there at the base of the guitar.
With the lights
with
that
the
shine up,
lights.
right? Okay, I can see them from my backyard. I can see this-
Exactly.
yeah, okay. And it's
Yes.
just like a night pool party with all these fabulous people. I can't think of anything wrong with it. And also, I could literally talk to you for 5 hours, but I have to let you go because you are a busy, busy lady.
It's a crazy week.
So thank you so much for joining me at Queer News Tonight,
My
Miriam.
pleasure.
Diversity Honors is not to be missed. It is an event that you can get more information and tickets at diversityhonors.org. Miriam, we love you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.